As far as the Nepal and India border conflict is concerned, first of all, we will have to understand exactly what this conflict is all about, because this conflict is about exactly what is the origin of the Kali. Because under the Sugoi Treaty, when actually in 1814, when the Britishers fought the war, the East India Company fought the war with the Gurkha rulers of Nepal. Then this Gurkha actually lost a lot of area to the East India Company. On the west, actually, they lost the Kumaon Garhwal region, whereas on the east, they lost the Sikkim. So, this war ended with the Treaty of Sugoi, and according to this treaty, the boundary between India and Nepal uh, was decided. The Kali River was decided as a boundary between India and Nepal. So there is no actually dispute about whether the Kali should be considered as the boundary between India and Nepal, because both country, India as well as Nepal, accept the fact that the Kali is a boundary between the India and Nepal. But the problem is about where exactly the Kali originate from, because according to the Nepal, the origin of Kali is near the Limpiadhura. You can understand it is like this kind of situation is there. This side you have a Nepal, and this is here you have a Limpiadhura. Basically, in the upper reaches of Kali, Kali has a two tributaries, one coming from the western side, another is coming from the eastern side. So Nepal says that the origin of Kali is from the this near the Limpiadhura, because their claim is that this stream actually contain more water compared to the eastern stream. So that's why these actually both of these stream, eastern as well as western stream, they join together, and from here the Kali start flowing downwards. So this dispute is about where exactly the Kali originate from. So according to the Nepal, it originate from the Limpiadhura, whereas according to the Indian point of view, the or this Kali originate from the Kalapani, because from here actually this Kalapani, it takes its name. So that's why India says that it originate from the near the Kalapani. In the beginning, when Britishers actually prepared the map, they also showed in their map the origin of Kali from the Limpiadhura. But later on, they went on to shift this position in the map produced later. They shifted first this position to in 1857 to the Lepugad, little bit east of the Limpiadhura, and later in the 1879 they went on to even change this origin even more eastward, close to the just below the Kalapani, that is the Pankhagad. So that's how this map actually, and Nepal also agreed that the origin of river Kali is just close to the Kalapani, and this map actually was inherited by the India, so there was no dispute at that point of time. But later on, even in the 1949, when this Maoist revolution took place in China, and China also annexed, you can say, Tibet. So that's why Nepal was very apprehensive about the fact that China actually was actually has annexed the Tibet. So that's why they asked India to set up the checkpoint, the post along the Nepal and Chin border, and India actually set up the 18 posts along the Nepal-Tibet border, and the westernmost post was just very it was just it was at the Tinkar Pass, just 6 kilometers east of the Lepule Pass. So that's how the India established the 18 post, and in when in 1969, when the China Nepal boundary treaty was signed, then India actually withdrew all these posts except the post established close to the at the Kalapani. So and Kalapani, and these Nepal and India both actually showed the Kalapani as their origin of the Kali River. In 1979, ITBP also made the Lepule Pass. So everybody, both India as well as Nepal, till this time, actually they both accepted the Kalapani as the origin of the Kali. In 1996, when the first time when the Mahakali Treaty was signed between India and Nepal, then this issue was first time that was raised, that which is the origin of the Kali. So this in 1997, this all the matters was referred to the joint technical boundary committee set up in 1981 to actually to re-identify and replace the old and damaged pillars along the India-Nepal boundary. So this committee actually resolved almost all the 98% of the boundary between India and Nepal except the Kalapani before actually being dissolved. So this Kalapani issue was left to be discussed at a foreign secretary level. Later on, actually in 2009, 80-kilometer track from Ghati Bagar to Lepule, this track India started actually building, because this recently the Rajnath Singh has inaugurated this road, and this road is going to bring down the distance between Mansarovar, Kailash from India. So that's why this road becomes important. And when this road was actually when India started building this road, at that point of time Nepal did not even register any kind of protest against this road. But right now, when the Rajnath inaugurated, then Nepal actually registered protest against this road, saying that this is in the Nepalese territory. So what are the actually this triangle, this area is disputed area, because Nepal says that the origin of the Kali is from the Limpiadhura. This is this side, western side, and India says that the origin of Kali is near Kalapani. So that's why this area, this triangle area, this Nepal actually says. Recently Nepal published a map showing this whole triangle area as its own territory, whereas the India says that because of the fact that the origin of the river is close to the Kalapani, that's why this area belongs to India, and still India actually has a control over this area. So this actually this map having been published by the Nepal recently is a matter of controversy, because not only just they have shown in this map this triangle area as their own territory, but at the same time they have also actually passed a constitutional amendment giving this map as a constitutional status. That's why it will become even more problematic, because once it is provided the constitutional status, then for any government in Nepal it will be very difficult to negotiate on this map. So that's why this issue has recently come up, and when India in 2019, when India issued the map of India showing the newly carved out, newly the Union Territory Jammu and Kashmir, then also Nepal actually protested against this map because it was showing the same boundary between India and Nepal. That's why the Indian envoy was also summoned by the Nepalese government, and that's how this controversy actually started. But we have to understand why exactly this the relationship between India and Nepal is deteriorating, and why this KP Sharma Oli has now has issued this actually has raised this issue between India and Nepal because of many factors. Actually, the recently the the popularity of Oli has gone on to get decreased among the Nepalese people because of mishandling of the COVID-19 and the style of functioning that this government have. So that's why it has become very unpopular. So it's a some kind of divergent tactics that if you in Nepal recently what has happened, that if any actually the political leader, if he has to portray himself as a nationalistic, that means if he will start actually talking about against something against India. So anti-India and being an anti-Indian is now in Nepal is being considered as a national, being a nationalistic. So that's why the OP Sharma, this KP Sharma Oli is now trying to divert the attention from the failure of his government, because as I said that they have not handled the COVID-19 situation properly. The style of functioning is also very unpopular among the people. Then in even in the NCP, the party, National Communist Party, has also proposed has proposed one man one post principle, because right now the Oli is both prime minister as well as the co-chair of the party. So that's why he actually, and under the constitution of in Nepal, the no confidence motion cannot be brought against the prime minister for the first 2 years. And as the Oli has already completed 2 years, so now he is very concerned about the resentment against his government among the Nepalese people. That's why he is trying to actually divert the attention by bringing these border issues, you know. So that's why, and recently when Rajnath inaugurated this road, then this that has given some kind of new lifeline to the Oli. So these are the main reason, but we will have to also understand exactly why the relationship between Nepal and India has gone on to get deteriorated in the recent past, because in Nepal has been our good friend right from the time when we got the independence. India has signed a friendship treaty with Nepal, through which India has given more concession to Nepal than what exactly it was supposed to be giving. For example, according to the international obligation, we were supposed to give only 2 port, because in Nepal is a landlocked country. So that's why under international obligation we were supposed to give only 2 port for importing and exporting the goods to the Nepal. But we have given more number of ports to Nepal compared to what we were supposed to be giving. Then we have a very, you can say that porous border. Nepalese don't require any visa. They can be they can also get job in the government service in India also. And the army chief is also considered as a honorary chief of the Nepalese army, and vice versa. So these we used to enjoy very good relationship between the Nepal, and India has also played a very important role in bringing the democracy, because it was the India who actually facilitated the talks between Maoist guerrilla and the political parties, and that's how actually the in Nepal became a democratic country from the monarchy. But when the election was conducted in Nepal, then for the Constitutional Assembly, then the Prachanda became the interim government, and the moment actually this Maoist came to the power, then they actually had a more inclination towards the China compared to India. So from that time onwards only the relationship started getting deteriorated, and finally when the constitution was drafted and it was adopted in the Nepal, then lot of concern of Madhesis, which actually Madhesis are those people who have migrated from, especially from UP and Bihar, when their concern was not taken care of. For example, they were this states was carved out in Nepal in such a manner that they became minority in almost all the state where they are living right now. And if Madhesi get married with some Indian woman, then this woman will also not get the automatic citizenship that she used to get earlier. So that this kind of lot of concern was there, which was not taken care in the new draft constitution, which was raised by India with the Nepal, but Nepal did not take any any cognizance of the protest, the issues that was raised by India. Instead of taking into account the concern of India, they actually propagated the theory that India is trying to actually meddle in the process of in the internal matters of the Nepal. And when actually India stopped actually supplying fuel to the Nepal, then this issue was very well exploited by the Oli to actually spread the anti-Indian sentiments among the Nepalese people, and that's how he came to the power. So but this was the biggest mistake that India made, and when India stopped supplying the fuel to the Nepal, they immediately took the help of China. So that's how the influence of China has been increasing since then, and that's how the relationship started getting deteriorated between India and Nepal. But when Modi came to the power, then under his neighborhood first policy, he visited Nepal, but still the relationship is not as good as it used to be earlier. So now what is the recently also some of the statement made by people both from the Nepal as well as from India has also made things worse. Like for example, Oli recently said that Indian virus is more more problematic, more dangerous than the Chinese virus. In the same manner, our Chief of Defense Staff also Narwane has made that has said that this Nepal is actually behaving at the behest of someone else. He tried to say that it is because of China the Nepal is behaving like what exactly they are doing. So this kind of statement also has not helped actually the situation. So instead of this kind of rhetoric is not going to solve this problem, but definitely the China has a lot of role to play in the conflict taking place along the Indo-Nepal border. This cannot be ruled out because this China card generally is not being used only by Nepal, but it is used by almost all the neighboring countries, whether it is Bangladesh or Myanmar, to actually extract more, more from the India. So this China's card is played by almost all the neighboring countries. So why this area is triangular area? This area is important because Kalapani is important because it is close to Tri Junction, where Nepal, India, and Chinese boundary actually meet. So strategically, it becomes very important for India. Lepula Pass is also very important from the perspective of the both pilgrimage as well as trade. So these are very important. Nepal is also very important for India from the perspective of hydroelectric project, hydroelectricity, HEP, and Nepal also act as a buffer between China and India. So that's why Nepal becomes important for India, and this also actually India's fit into the India's doctrine of peaceful periphery, according to which if we don't have a peaceful periphery along our border, if we don't have a good relationship with all the neighboring country, then India will not be able to play the important role in an international arena. So that's why Nepal becomes very important. Now, what is the solution to these problems? Because problem is that generally it is said that we have a roti beti relationship with Nepal. So that's why we have to, as generally because we are a big country, so we have to be seen in Nepal as a generous partner, not as a big brother. Like for example, this kind of sentiments are being spread in the Nepalese among the Nepalese people by this political party to show themselves as a nationalistic, that India is a big brother, it's a bully. So instead of being seen as a bully or big brother, we should be seen as a generous partner. Recently Nepal made a offered actually talks with India, but India said that these talks can be held only after the COVID-19. So we should not delay these talks. We should start talking to Nepalese, and like I said, we should be seen as not as a big brother but as a generous partner, because some of these young, especially young political leader in Nepal, they also think that this India Nepal friendship treaty actually see Nepal as a subordinate. It doesn't actually take Nepal at an equal footing. So this when Prachanda came to the power, then they demanded that this treaty should be reviewed. But India said that if you want to review this treaty, then we will review whole treaty. And because, as I told you, we have given more a concession than what we are supposed to do. That's why they did not take up this treaty bilaterally. But whenever they during the election, they for the consumption of people of Nepal, they always try to raise the India Naval Friendship Treaty, and they try to actually say that this treaty doesn't consider as Nepal as a equal partner, so that's why they try to make the image of India as a bully and big brother. So this kind of perception has to be changed.